Hello everybody! In today's video, I am going to be doing another Create This Book episode. I think it's been 2 years since I did the last one, which is crazy, but I am finally back with another one. In this video, I do 3 on-camera pages and I also show you guys 2 off-camera pages at the end. Let's get started with the first prompt. The first prompt is called Create Something Educational. Center this page around something you learned in school. Anyways, this prompt is pretty self-explanatory, but I didn't just want to write a long essay on this page. So I decided to choose something where I could also draw diagrams and visuals. This is why the topic I chose to do was cell structures. So I've always enjoyed drawing cell diagrams, and it's like a little drawing activity even when I have to study. And the thing is, if you put the effort in, you can make stuff like this look really pretty, or at least detailed and colorful and stuff. At the moment, I'm drawing an animal cell. Also, just as a disclaimer, these diagrams that I'm going to be drawing aren't 100% accurate, since a lot of the stuff I was just simplifying or even leaving out some parts of the cell. So if you have a test about this or want to copy it down in your notes, I would recommend using some other trustable material. Here you can just see me finishing up the cell outlining and sketching. Now I'm just coloring in the cell. Okay, so you may be wondering why I haven't made Create This Book videos for the past 2 years now. And there isn't really a specific reason why. I think at some point I just started to prefer drawing in sketchbooks a lot more because I felt like I had more creative freedom to just draw whatever I wanted instead of having to follow that specific prompt. And then as time went by, I feel like it just wasn't that much of a priority anymore. It wasn't that I necessarily forgot about it. I think at some point it was just at the back of my head and I didn't find it to be so important to do. Then I recently opened it up again and I started doing a page and I realized how much fun it was bringing me. And the good thing is there aren't that many pages left either, so I feel like I could be getting it done by the time I have posted 3 to 4 more Create This Book episodes. Of course, afterwards, I'm definitely going to be posting the Create This Book final flip through, as I did for Create This Book 2 a couple years back. So yeah, stay tuned. Also, if you don't already know this, I used to have Oohoohoo markers, and I also filmed a review about them, so you can go check that out if you want. I think I purchased them in 2021, I think around 2 to 3 years ago. They only lasted me around 1 year because by the time I opened them up last year, they were already dried out, and once again, I wasn't doing much art in the middle there, so it's like I only used those things for like less than a year and they were dried out, so that's kind of disappointing. Good thing is I also got Prismacolors, so that is really nice because I have always wanted Prismacolors ever since I started my art journey. Okay, so back to the prompt. Right now I am cutting out the cells and sticking them in. By the way, this orange cell is also an animal cell. Okay, so my thoughts on Prismacolors is that they are very soft colored pencils like people say, and they're also very vibrant. Their feel is very unique compared to other colored pencils I've used, like Faber-Castells or so. They are very hard colored pencils and I can't really describe the way they like engrave the paper when they're sharpened, but like Prismacolors never do that. Okay, so now I am just labeling the cells, and yeah, once again, I did not include every single part of the cell, so yeah, but whatever. So I had a dilemma because I felt like this page did not look full enough and it was kind of missing something, so I added in these definitions of each of the functions of the individual parts of the cell, not each of them, but some of them, just to fill in the space, and then I added this little outline around it. Then here I drew like this sticky notes pad or so. I don't really know what to call it. Yeah, and then I didn't write anything on it. And then here I drew like some clouds just to add some pattern. And then I also colored in the backgrounds behind the cells. Here is the end result of this page. Overall, I really do like how it turned out. I think it's very visually appealing to look at, and all of the bright colors just complement each other. The next prompt is called Create a Fan Page. Choose a favorite movie or TV show. Fill this page with notes, pictures, characters, or quotes from the film or show. I didn't 100% follow the prompt because I did not choose a specific movie or TV show, but I chose to dedicate this page to the one and only author of this book itself, Mariah Elizabeth. Mariah Elizabeth has been a huge inspiration for me, and she was basically the reason why I started to do art in the first place. If you don't already know, the main thing that marked the start of my art journey was purchasing the Create This Book 2, which was, because this is the second Create This Book I'm doing basically. Before this, I did Create This Book 2, and I have a flip through of it if you want to go check it out. But I started Create This Book 2, and that was when my art was pretty horrible as well. But slowly, over time, I kept filling out those pages and I kept practicing, and I eventually got a lot better at art. And I basically just stuck to it, bit on and off since then, but I've still always had art as my hobby since then. I only drew Mariah's characters, and then I wrote her name in like bubble letters at the bottom because I felt like drawing her herself would be too difficult, especially because I don't usually draw people or like portraits or anything. I stuck with drawing more of her popular characters because even though she's still such an inspiration for me, I don't really watch Mariah's videos much anymore. I feel like not at all at this point, so I don't really know any of her newer characters. In order to draw Pickle, I used a Draw So Cute tutorial because I really wanted Pickle to look just right. I ended up using my highlighters a lot as well, like my pastel highlighters. I think it's because I didn't have like colored pencils in those colors, so I just ended up using highlighters for some parts. I really like how Georgie came out, especially the checkered pattern. I think it's because I drew that pattern first and then I colored in the yellow on top. For Willie the Penguin, I forgot to add some pastel polka dots, so I kind of tried to go back in, cut out little pieces of paper, stick them on, and then color in the polka dots on top of that. But then somehow those pieces of paper also got off, so oh well. Willie can deal with having 3 polka dots. Okay, so now you can see everything from more of a zoomed out view, and you can really see how messy everything had gotten. Like, there was art supplies everywhere. Here is the end result of this page. I really love how bright and colorful it turned out. Also, I forgot to mention this earlier, but I added in some polka dots in the background, once again, just to make it look more full and not so empty. Let's move on to the next page. So this prompt is called Create an Upside Down Page. Write or draw something on this page while the book is upside down. So I actually did this page 2 years ago, and somehow I still had the footage laying around, so I decided to just include it in this video. The first thing I thought of when I thought of upside down was a pineapple upside down cake, so that's exactly what I drew. That explains why I'm using my Oohoo markers, because back then they weren't dried out. For the outlining, I used this Staedtler fine liner that my friend gifted to me at the time. I tried to give this plate a fancy design, so I decided to make it all floral, and I colored it in blue, which I really like looking back because it really complements the yellowish and reddish tone of the cake. Also, I just realized I put these clips in the wrong order because I drew that other cake after this cake. This is just a drawing of the entire cake. I did a lot of layering, starting off with lighter colors and then layering on top with darker and darker ones. Here is the end result of this page. I went back in and added quite a lot of things, such as these 2 mini pineapple upside down cakes, as well as some additional cherry and pineapple slices, and I also painted in the background with this purple color. Overall, I like how this page turned out. I love all of the little details and once again how the colors work together. Let's move on to the next prompt. So this prompt is called Create a Scrapbook Page. Make a 1-page scrapbook. Attach photos and decorate the page with colored papers, tape, stickers, etc. So once again, this is one of the quote-unquote off-camera pages, but actually not, because I did film all of the footage for this and then somehow I ended up accidentally deleting it, so unfortunately I don't have it anymore. I can show you guys the end result though. And here's how that looks. I don't really like how this turned out that much. I don't know, something about how it looks and like how everything goes together just doesn't look good. I guess I'm just not the scrapbook type of person. Yeah, I simply just did what the prompt said. I just stuck a whole bunch of random things and cut stuff out and also added in some washi tapes. Yeah, but that's about it. So we're gonna move on to the next prompt, and that is called Create an Arrangement of Doodles. Doodle or write in a variety of places. Collect the scraps and attach them here. For example, napkins from restaurants or notes from school. So I have been collecting different little sketches over the past couple years actually, and this is what I've got into. It's mostly just little drawings that I did in class on sticky notes, but some of it is also from road trips. The main reason why these sketches ended up on this page is because I wanted to preserve them somehow, because I either liked how they looked or I wanted to make this page more full. But yeah, that was everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and liked the artwork I made in it, and if you did, then please consider subscribing because I'm really trying to hit 300 subscribers. That's my next mini goal. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!